You ever wonder, like, but why does God love us? And if you ask people, sometimes they'll just say things like, well, it's just who he is. God is love, and he just loves you. And it's a very, I'm not going to lie, it's a very emotionally unsatisfying answer. Until you read a lot more of scripture and you realize that, dang, God never changed his mind about us. Like he saw me and you, all of us on our worst day, our darkest day, when we looked nothing like Jesus, when we wanted nothing to do with God in particular, and he still didn't see us for what we did. He always saw us for what we were created to be. And so he's never changed his mind about that and never saw us less than that. And that's the thing he paid for. Like, that's what he loves. He loves what we are and what we were created to be when us and him are fully one. That's what he's loved in his whole goal. And that's what he redeemed on the cross from the very beginning. And oftentimes we think, why could you love me? And we're always using our past as evidence for that instead of looking at what was I made to be? What did you create me to be? You made me for the kingdom of light. You made me for righteousness. You made me for purity. You made me for holiness and blamelessness and faultlessness. Is that a word? That's what you made me for, and that's what you redeemed, and that's what I am now in you, and all of which you can find in Scripture, which is very beautiful. And it creates it just creates a better answer because there's an identity and now tied to it versus that's just God who loves you. But it's like, oh no, he's pointing it at something, and it's me and who I always was created to be and all you were always created to be. And once you can see that and receive that for yourself and you can believe something new about yourself, you'll naturally start living different. And what's really cool is you'll actually start seeing other people for that, to where you can actually see what Paul was saying when he says, we no longer judge anyone according to what they do in the flesh. Well, why? Because what they do is not who they are. Who they are has never changed, right? But they believe a lie about themselves, living out a false identity and deception in the kingdom of darkness, and they don't know who they are. And so when I can see other people through that same lens of who God created them to be, well, I can now a lot more easily or easier, right? Show them grace, show them mercy. And in a lot of cases where before it would be really hard to step into forgiveness, I can now forgive you because I'm not forgiving you, the person who did the thing. I am forgiving the image you were always created to live out. And just because you lost sight of who I am and my created value, I'm not going to lose sight of me nor you, regardless of what you did.